And they say fairy tale characters don't die. Oh my god. No, let me revel. No, let me revel in the salty tears of the haters. Let me revel in them. Oh, they taste like butter. Oh, they're just so amazing. Like, oh no, fairy tale doesn't come back. Fate ship. Oh my god. Look at you little bastards now. Oh, it's beautiful. Like, honestly, if I wasn't enjoying the salty tears of the haters and all that, saying like, oh, fairy tale characters don't fucking die, what are you talking about? Oh, these spoilers are bullshit and all that. Nah, this is the thing. Maybe you might want to wait till the whole chapter comes out first. Like, just coming into it. Like, so, going straight into this review and all that, with a happy mindset and all that. And immediately coming straight from there and all that is Mavis and Zareth confronting one another, and it's just like, it's been around about 100 years maybe since we've met like this, and it's just like every time and all that I can still feel your voice every day, even your being every time and all that, and it's just like immediately Mavis is like, I have another condition and all that, it's plausible in theory, and it's like I'm gonna have a difficult time, and immediately Indel is not having any of this. He's just like immediately throws Mavis just straight up there, and he's just like, look, I sympathize with you, your majesty and all that, your relationship with the girl, you just love her and all that, but she is the embodiment of very high self, and it's just, we use that magic against us, this will be a problem. And it's just like, look, like Mavis, like, especially with like exactly how Zareth was acting, he's like, she's been trapped in a crystal for an eternity and unable to move a single muscle in her body, and it's like stealing her her freedom once again. It actually brings me so much pain in my heart, and just like, I don't know, like compassion from Zareth of all people. It's just like, look, you don't want to just rob her away of this freedom. It's just like, alright, your majesty, I'm just going to put away this just giant necklace and all that on here. And it's just like, I should refrain from binding your body, but I'll take the liberty of binding your mind. And it's just like, immediately it's like, like her thoughts, she can't compose thoughts after this, she can't strategize, so you take away what makes Mavis so deadly, and that's her strategy, able to pull stuff, and she's just like, I can't form a rational thought. It's just like, what on earth is Indel's magic? What on earth is this? Like, able to freeze people, and then also as well kind of bind their minds and bind it, like, since that was the whole thing with, like, especially with what we saw of him, able to bind a person into place, their actual body, but then he can actually do it with their mind as well. I was like, okay, this guy's very interesting. That and specializing on ice magic, and just like, oh, Mavis, want to come outside? Look what I've done to the place. Oh, here's all my soldiers. It's like, look at my soldiers just literally there. This Dothraki unsullied army here of Fairy Tail, like, on Fairy Tail's doorstep, just doing, the salute like that. And it's just like, can Fairy Tail, and all that, and like, you're making all the way back to the guild. It's like, can they generally do this? And all the Spriggans are there, and I'm loving the fact that, Azir and Jacob, they're like, yeah, we got our asses handed to us and all that, and it's like, yo, that fluke ain't gonna happen again. And just like Jacob's like, this ain't you damn fucking straight and all that. And it's like, yeah, I love the fact that they were saying like, you lost first though. And it's like, really, you both lost first? And I'm hoping that the fact that it's like we're getting a second part of this war is that a bunch of these Spriggans, especially, which a lot of them have problems, is that we'll be able to generally sort them out. And like when you saw Demaria and like Brandish like confront each other and all that, and it's saying like, yeah, they captured you and they did horrible things, she just generally started crying, and it's like, I won't say any of those cruel things to you again, and I'm gonna pay them back 10 times for what they, laying hands on you, and especially what she did and all that, and what she went through. It's like, especially that, and it's like, and I love the fact that August is still there in his like just transformation state, and just literally staring down like that. Straight and through. I was like, this motherfucker. And he's like, don't worry, he just doesn't trust you and all that, because you never fail to attend any of the meetings and all that. It's like, he has zero trust in you at all. And like, Mavis, even though she can't compose a thought and all that, she's just like looking at August, she's just like, what is this just well of magic? What is this? And it's just like, what on earth is with the guy? Like, what is Earth? And it's like, even when they're saying like, he's my provisional secret weapon, and you will generally see he has the potential to defeat even Acnologia given his vast capabilities. Now, going by that, and this is the thing where I can go into like the Angel Slayer theory that, I've already suggested and all that, like it could be an Angel Slayer, but one thing I think what it can definitely do, and I think we've already had a hint on that, it has something to do with sins. Now, I feel like with that, it's like, basically, when we saw those two warriors and all that, they were going to fuck up Randy, they were going to beat her up, they're probably going to do, like, you know, a bunch of dirty stuff to her, and, like, I feel like, especially, like, that's why, like, maybe that's what he does, like, he purifies, like, all the sins out of your body, and takes your soul out of your body, that's what it does, and he's, like, if he does that to Acnologia, and just wreak havoc, so, I feel like that's something where it's going to be definitely involving the soul, it's definitely involving, like, sin in some way, angels, like, some kind of really holy magic, and Nineha, and he's like, I had to bring back 3 of the Spriggans. So Wool is dead, Bradman is dead. Also as well, Serena, which I did say, regardless of what, he would come back in some way. I generally thought that, you know, like what we saw, August would bring back the body and just do that, but it's like, God Serena of the 8 Dragons, as he's there yucking his stuff. He's like, yeah, I love that. And just, I love the fact that it's like, you know, like, they're actually like, oh, we're generally back at 9 halves. Like, look, you know, it takes a fucking, like, a bit of a while and all that, and his story is told and all that, I must admit. So you guys, just don't get your asses handed again. Like, I'm just gonna be saying that. And just, I love the fact that it was just like, you know, like, look, you assholes are dead and all that, and saying, you know, like I could make you disappear and all that, like just run the living well permanently, and it's just like these motherfuckers. And just even the fact that now we know what Aline is going to be doing as well, is that she's generally going to try and make an isolation enchantment for the whole fairy heart, and it's like, this is what she's going to be doing. So, like, it sounds like when we get there, is that this is where she's going to be spending her time, but I just love that fucking squad lineup right there of all the 12 Spriggans there, and just seeing that there, it's like, I really wish we had that earlier, and just the fact that it's like, oh, like, but people are going to be saying like, oh, but then the Spriggans are still there though, it's like, that don't count. It's like, regardless of what, is there not dead characters in there? Is there like not 3 of them being created by imagination? Like going through and saying, like with like, did people like put up that first with, like, you know, immediately when people saw like Simon, Ikaruga, and saw like Azuma and all them, people were complaining, oh my god, they just brought them back. And no, immediately people thought, from no spoilers, that they were coming back in some way. Personally, I thought, you know, Kade was going to do some resurrection magic, like a lot of the angel stuff could be like referred to that. But even, it's just even better, it's just like, no, we're just going to have Nineheart, because Nineheart can just do that magic, and this is a chance for all the Spriggans, especially in all that, since the ones that we didn't really get to see, although we saw a bit of like August and all that, we saw like only a hint at like Intel, we've seen a hint of like Aline's like magic, and it's like, we've got a chance, like, and especially like with like Demania, Brandis, Serena, like Serena, I want him to fight the dragons, like, regardless of what, I want that. And I want like some Metsas, like I want like you know, I want like Azia, like I want like him, I want him fighting, like going there, I want him to fight Julia, I want Jacob to fight someone else completely, I want Wall like to fight someone else completely as well, like, you know, I want that. I just don't want Fairy Tail like going back and it's like, oh, these guys are back and all that, and let's go cover. I think this is a perfect opportunity to go and fix some of these Spriggans, and I love the fact that it's like, with the most characters and all that, a lot of people think a lot of these Spriggans were going to be done, but no, we're giving them back, we're giving them a round 2 to try and make them so, like, and I really am loving the fact of this chapter, like, that was the thing, and it's like, such an intense chapter, and seeing right in the end, all like with the main Fairy Tail characters and all that, saying, you know, like, we got to see like Ursa gets to see what exactly that's happening there, and it's just like, as the new day dawns and all that, as she's there with Natsu, Lucy, Gray, Julia, and it's just like, look, this is like, this may be the last dawn that we ever see, guys, and all that, and it's just like, regardless of what, we'll see a new tomorrow, no matter what, and it's just like, we will win back that future, that is our home there, that is our friend over there, and it's just like, right now, it's like, especially with Urza, who looks like she's pretty much like back on her feet from what it looks like, although I prefer if she was down there, like, since they don't seem like they're back to like Tenro, they seem like they're still like quite a ways like off from there, so like what exactly is going to be happening? Are they going to like since they told them like make their way back to Tenro Island, so are we going to be going there? We're going to strategize, we're going to get all the people there, and then that's what we're going to be doing. It's like, you know, we're going to get Fairy Tail members all there, we're going to get about like, you know, every member's going to have to fight, like, bring in and fight people, and then it's going to be interesting the fact that, especially with like characters, I want to know how the fuck Demania, like, with Demania, it took all to defeat her, like to help her. So like, and especially as well, we had someone in that team there that had to sacrifice their entire magic. You know, that's the thing with like Mara. Like God Serena was taking out Jura and the gang. We like Acnologia. So I generally think Acnologia or Gildart, this is now the time for them to either A, come back, or B, you know, like Gildart's finally make his appearance. So I generally think this is now the time in the series to do this. And it's like, well, if you want to beat down Wall, if you want to go and beat down, like, you know, Serena and all that, I generally, you know, they can be defeated. I would, like, we leave Nineheart for last as he tries to bring them back or tries to pull some sly shit. But out of all of them, the ones I am most excited for, I'm excited for Ozu Lakade, I'm excited for August, I'm excited for Eileen, I'm really looking forward to Brandish, especially after everything we've seen with her, Demalia, like, and, like, I'd say the ones, like, I'm least looking forward to is the Jacob, Wool, like, and probably Bradman, since we just had them, and, like, Nineheart is the sort of Spriggan anyway that's just like, he sits back from the sidelines. That's all he does. He's just like, oh, I can bring them back. So, no, I love the fact it's like, you're seeing their characters die in Fairy Tail. Like, what the recent character deaths. And it's just like, all they are is just illusions of those characters. That's all they are. And they're just being there to use as a weapon. Now, I adored the chapter. I loved, like, just all of them right in front of Fairy Tail's doorstep. Really looking forward to bunch of these Spring and see what we can finally see out of them. And round 2, and depending that this could be, you know, the final arc and all that, especially with this big news happening, I'm really excited. There's just so much to talk about Fairy Tail, and I love it. So definitely going to give this one a straight out 9 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, I had to talk about Fairy Tail regardless, even if it comes out early, even if I get back from the con like that, I'll have to spread my Fairy Tail love. But that's all from me. So I'll see you guys though next time.